Computerbase auf dem Mobile World Congress 2013. Wir sind hier auf dem Stand von ARM mit Eric Howland, der uns den Samsung Exynos 5 Octa zeigt in einem Prototyp.
Alright, so this is the Samsung Exynos 5 Octa chipset presented in a tablet test platform. So you can see that you have a visualization of the CPU utilization on each of the cores in the big. LITTLE configuration. There are 4 Cortex A15s and 4 Cortex A7s. You can see the load on each processor and the activity as the big. LITTLE system migrates load from the little core to the big core and back again. Over on the right we have an energy graph. This is basically a relative measure. So the high mark at 100% will be when we're running all of the big cores at their maximum potential. And we show the measurements relative to that for the other activity. We have a benchmark framework here which basically steps through 4 different activities. One of these is that complex graphics case, and that's basically to force the A15s to the maximum and show you the high watermark, as it were. The other 3 activities are much more typical daily activities that you would perform on a tablet. This is watching a video, navigating on a map, or loading web pages. And the interesting point is that on those more typical activities, you'll see the majority of the time spent on the A7. But whenever you need a burst of performance, switch over to the A15. So as it loads the page, 2 or more cores may pop over into the big format, load the page, and then drop back down to the low power format. Again, complex graphics for the high watermark, so you can see what it looks like when it's fully loaded. Alright, next we'll have video. Now, of course, most of the work is being done by a video decoder hardware, so in this case the CPU is very lightly loaded. Next we'll see map navigation. In this case there'll be a burst of activity as it zooms in or out. So you might see a little bit to the big as it loads the next set of images and then back. And the final one you see is web browsing. And again, when you load the page, the browser is quite multi-threaded, so you might see 2 or 3 threads jump onto the big core as it renders it and then back to the little core.